Innovative SkyWay's urban transport and infrastructure complexes provide flexibility, safety, and performance of up to 65,000 passengers per hour at peak times in both directions. Some elements of such complexes have various versions and are selected for specific terrain and planned performance, traffic volume per year, per day, during periods of maximum loads. In the future, they can be upgraded to increasing needs of transport sections, which makes it possible to provide the necessary performance optimization of logistics, modularity of the structure, as well as the use of an intelligent control system that excludes the human factor, guarantee for SkyWay uninterrupted operation, full control of the route and speed, absence of traffic jams and accidents. Urban SkyWay transport contributes to improving the quality of life, reducing harmful emissions into the atmosphere, excluding accidents in urban transport, increasing tourist flow, creating new jobs, raising economic potential and investment attractiveness of the city.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening to everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's great to see you all here today, this evening. And it is glad to introduce and welcome you to the Skyward Community Technology of Skyway presentation. So my name is Mihkel. I'm from Estonia. And I'm a long investor already in the project called SkyWay, the second level string transportation technology. And I have been with SkyWay for almost 3 years by now. And I can gladly say that it's half year already doing these presentations for Skyward community and sharing the information to all of you guys. So I'm very happy that you are still here listening it, getting the news from me, as well as supporting the project with the fuel it very much needs these days. As you know, we have this pandemic, Corona COVID-19 going on globally, and it doesn't seem to stop. it gets worse, I might say, since as you know, this new regulations and all that stuff, and we have new. Again, this moving has been stopped, going from one country to another, and this makes it harder to do some of the things we were used to do. But it makes, maybe for me personally, it has made it easier to stay at home at least, and in this way I have time and I have chance to see and hold different kind of webinars and take part of well, I might say of these conferences in the way I have never, well, not that much at least, taken part, as you know, these online versions. And I hope you all have the chance as well, and you are still happy, even though this everything, despite this everything is going on. So, and I encourage you to cheer up, because, well, we have great news with SkyWay, and as always, I try to cheer up people and share the news that that really do make me feel great, because as you know, I'm a great supporter as well as you are, I believe, and that's the reason also why I'm here in front of you to tell you more about what's happening. But today's presentation, we are going to concentrate mostly on Ecofest 2020, and I will bring you the conclusion of it. What that means is that this year the Ecofest 2020 was happening online, and as you know, each year it has been in Belarus. It has been taking place in Belarus, in near Minsk, where is the Ecofest, Eco Technopark. But this year we were there via cameras, and Unitsky made a great speech again through cameras, and then he took us to, of course, via computers again. We had the chance to see what's going on in the Eco Park, as well as what's going on in United Arab Emirates. So, and I might say that this is kind of brilliant what's going on. So despite the fact that the coronavirus we have here today, and nothing has stopped, maybe some procedures have been delayed a bit, because, well, it got complicated globally to transport all this goods and stuff and materials, and therefore some procedures have been delayed. What should have happened this year will happen in the beginning of next year or in the first half. But moreover, everything is still going greatly toward the goal we have set, and that goal is to have commercial projects in the next year, as well as starting the second phase in United Arab Emirates, and as well as, which is great news also, is that we are going to start developing the high-speed track very soon. And if I quote Anatolian's words, then this high-speed track, or if I conclude his words, then this track is going to be in Belarus, near the Eco Technopark, not exactly there, but near the park, and it's going to be 20, I believe it was 5. Let me check it out to be certain that it is. It is, yeah, it is 25 kilometers, I believe, long. So we can, 21 kilometer land plot for high-speed system, and approvals for the allotment of it are currently at the final stage. So this was the also amazing news. And why Belarus? Because it's much cheaper to build it there than in Abu Dhabi, as it was supposed to be, according to the news, last year news, or this in the first half of this year news. But all right, enough of the overall talk, and let's get into the facts. I will tell you more about it now. So first of all, they have upgraded the rolling surface of the SkyWay Truss flyover. So there is now installed a flat belt type rail head, which is great news because the solution that has been developed has made it possible to eliminate transverse wheels along the entire length of the rolling surface on the heavy track. So that will make traffic smoother and reduce noise levels, which results in a feeling of comfortable traveling at high speeds, very important for the Highline track as well. So, and this also allows for more reliable operation of the anti-derailment system, and experimental coverage of the raceway will make the track structure more durable. And as a result, they have achieved indicator for smooth running of the rolling stock higher than in business class cars. Can you imagine? And whereas in the past they have used hydraulic system in the SkyWay vehicle to reduce unevenness in the track, now with the use of new technology, smooth running performance has improved by several times. And today the Unibus U4 21201 traction trolley is already being tested on the track. So that's great news. They also continue to test the innovative current collector on the heavy track, and not from the contact wire but from the left and right rails through the wheels. So what is more, they have upgraded the flexible Scion track, which is one of the first tracks at the Ecotechnopark. And the flexible track started its operations in 2016, and on the track they have replaced the flexible saddles on the supports, and now they are made like a flexible, so to say, rod with gradual reductions of stiffness to the edges. And that has not only improved the smoothness of travel, but also made it possible to go through the supports without reducing speed. And analysis of the strings which are purchased at the lower price showed that without zinc coating, which is quite amazing fact to know or bear in mind, is that without the zinc coating, even in a protective environment, they will not last 100 years. And as you know, Unitsky and SkyWay has said the rails must last at least 50 to 100 years. So the 100 years is quite important. And without zinc coating, it's not possible. And that is why they do not use strings without zinc coating in any project, including the test tracks. So let's move on. There is quite much more news or conclusions about Ecofest. And before I'm going to show you some pictures as well, I have a little bit more to say. So they have designed and started building the 6th heavy track in the form of welded truss. In the course of the work, it turned out that the welded truss would not endure 100 million load cycles under European standards, which means that it would not last 100 years. And welding holds static loads well, for example, like temperature forces that reach maximums and minimums twice a year, for example, in the winter and summer. And conventional building structures will therefore only experience a few hundred critical load cycles in 100 years of operations. And in SkyWay, the load is given by each passage of the wheel and vehicle with an interval of several seconds, so there will be millions of loading cycles per year. And welding does not hold this load and is quickly tired, especially in the stretching zone, and its strength drops by more than 10 times. So they have stopped the construction and redesigned the flyer, replacing the welding with high-strength bolts, and as a result, they had to change the undercarriage and anti-derailment transport systems, as well as stop supply of steel structures and renegotiate contracts with other foreign supplier manufacturers. And at the time, the design loads of the anchor supports already built increased by 200 tons and had to be reinforced. However, we now know how they can upgrade and strengthen not only the track structure already built, but also the anchor supports, which is great news. They are upgrading it each time, every day. They are always thinking how to make it better, how to make it last longer. So, which is really important before we are going to get to start building the commercial tracks, because if we go to start building that, the goal is to build millions of kilometers of those. Great news to investors, right? So the chances introduced did not result in the increase in construction costs. Moreover, it has become not only more durable, but also more technologically advanced. So the flyover can be built in any weather, and its cost is at least $1 million less per kilometer. And as you understand, we are talking millions of dollars per kilometer, the costs of these roads. And in my university as well, I did the research, scientific research, and I compared SkyWay track structure with many other, for example, like monorail in Dubai. That one cost $70 million per 1 kilometer. And then, for example, Metro under 2nd Avenue, that 1 kilometer of that track cost more than $1 billion. And of course, in Estonia, there was, not so recently anymore, but a few years ago, they built a 700-meter tramway, which if you put it in the price of 1 kilometer, then it costs $17 million per kilometer. So we might say that SkyWay, the prices are starting as low as $1 million per 1 kilometer, very simple track, but going up to 10, 15 maybe, then it's still much cheaper than all the other, so to say. We can actually say that the last century technologies, the old technologies, which mostly use fossil fuels as well. And as you know, SkyWay used only electricity, and the solutions for producing the electricity only from alternative energy sources are also being produced. For example, like wind turbines or solar panels, which can be connected with the railway instead of putting it on the field of empty fields, so to say. But we can use those empty fields and build the same energy producers together with the railway. So this is also amazing. And in that way, actually, we can even produce energy for the poorer regions. So where the electricity is very, I would say, uncommon, but not so stable, and then we can bring energy there as well through our lines. So win-win situation in every way. But let's move on. The works on the Unilight, as you know, the Unilight, the track there, and the super lightweight track structure are going to be continued. So there will be a little bit, they will bring some new structures to the track, and the track will be 1,125 meters long. So, and also they have started the construction of the 7th test line at the Ecotechnopark in Marina Kårka. The foundation of the first anchor support has begun to fill in. So they are building the test tracks in the Emirates in the tropical design for the Middle East market. And before delivering the rolling stock to this region, the vehicles must pass factory tests and run up the mileage. These are the requirements for any transport. Since we have a production facility for Unibuses in Minsk, each mode of transport in Belarus as well must be run in, which requires a test track. And I will add some comments here And I recall that the UNISC and SkyWay team said that before, any certification that can be done, or during the process of certification, the models have to run up to hundreds of thousands of kilometers on the 1 or 2 kilometer length tracks there, back and forth, so they can test all the systems and all the equipment, so they can meet the requirements of the certification processes. But yes, currently most orders are received for high performance projects such as cargo and passenger ones, and they require spacious and heavy vehicles weighing about 50 tons, which could transport 40-foot sea containers weighing up to 35 tons, or take on board 200 up to 250 passengers. And earlier they had started working in Belarus in 2015. They were focused on lighter vehicles, as they thought then that it would be more demanded by the market. But the test tracks already built in Marina Corco will not be able to bear the heavy load, so they need new tracks for testing. And in the spring of next year, they will demonstrate the brand new heavy class rolling stock. Great news, yes? And in the course of design, experimentation, research, and testing, they have obtained new data and results that could not be obtained theoretically in 2015 during the construction of the Ecotechnopark. Only in 2020, it became clear that some of the standards adopted earlier should be changed to more optimal ones. For example, it was the case with track in the SkyWay suspended and mounted double rail transport. Thanks to these works, they will not have to change the SkyWay track on the commercial lines in the future, and testing, certification, and further development of the new rolling stock models will take place on tracks 6, 7, and 8 under construction at the Ecotechnopark, as well as on 2 test tracks in tropical design in the United Arab Emirates. Yes, and therefore, great news are that they have designed and are currently manufacturing 2 new SkyWay electric vehicles. These are the 25 Passenger Unibus, which can be assembled into train with a capacity of 200 passengers. So the big one is coming. And a cargo unibus weighing 50 tons and with a 35-ton carrying capacity, which can transport 40-foot containers. So the big ones are coming, we can say, and estimated travel speed for those is 150 kilometers per hour. So if you compare it at the cargo transportation, well, I mean the sea container, the trucks, they usually go on average speed 15 to 20 kilometers per hour, because they need to stop, and the road quality and so on. But if we compare it with the speed 150 kilometers per hour, it changes the world. Well, and this and subsequent SkyWay electric rail vehicles have the improved suspension, upgraded anti-derailment system, and automatic wheel turning system, which will allow each wheel to move on the center of the railhead, creating less noise. What is more, a new workshop with the modernized machine assembly section has also been put into operation on the territory of this engineering bureau, and this total area of the new workshop is approximately 1,200 square meters. And well, it has all the crane card girder and with a lifting capacity of 10 tons, and of course a warehouse with separated gates and so on. And they of course constantly monitor the conditions of the rolling stock, transport infrastructure, and building structures on all test tracks. And now the great news as well are that they continue to build the SkyWay Innovation Center in Scion. They will soon complete the first phase of the development and put into operation not only the first track with the suspended double wave flyover, but also the necessary infrastructure, stations, depots, the automated control systems, and engineering networks. Sheikh of Sharjah is a scientist. He defended 2 doctoral theses, and it was his decision to allocate SkyWay 28 hectares of the land on the facade of the Technopark and allowed us to build a wooden house, although the country's legislation prohibits such construction. And I have shown you this picture of this wooden house before, as me standing there in front of it with my colleagues. And really, that is the first and the only wooden house in United Arab Emirates that has been prohibited that has been allowed to build there. So this shows how great connections SkyWay and Anatoly Niski has with the government, with the local government there. And more about Sasha. All the supports for the cargo and 2.5 kilometer passenger track 2 have already been delivered to the SkyWay Innovation Center for testing, certification, and demonstration of the cargo and passenger complex for the heavy rolling stock, which we are already manufacturing in Minsk. The motion on the track will be both mounted and suspended, and this is why the 48-meter standard spans are used here or there. Last year, they sent the tropical Unicar to the SkyWay Innovation Center in SkyWay. So, and as you know, in October last year, the first track structure was also put in operation at the SkyWay Center in Scion. And in the Innovation Center there, they have started the construction of the new cargo and passenger complex with large 288-meter spans. So there are multiple tracks currently under development. And at the present, they have developed and produced altogether 12 fundamentally different types of transport. And in the end of the year, there will be 14 different models. So within 5 years, ladies and gentlemen, within 5 years, we have been able to develop 14 different models of rolling stock, which is a great achievement. And now, what I believe myself is truly great achievement and really necessary, the workforce. So over the past year, they have increased the number of engineers in the project up to 1,000 people. So we have more than 1,000 workers who are working constantly each day toward the great goal of Anatoly Niski and ours. Excuse me. Sorry about that. And now, in conclusion, a few words about the plans of the future, according to Anatoly Niski's words, is that they plan to create the transit network of about 25 million kilometers of second-level roads in the 21st century. And in order to move toward this goal next year, they should complete the testing tracks in Belarus and in United Arab Emirates and sign at least 3 contracts for cargo and urban targeted projects. So they will have tested and certified technology in the form required by the market by then, and including in the tropical design. And they plan to do much of that in 2020, but this year's circumstances disrupted their plans. And as for the SkyWay high-speed systems, as I said in the beginning, the approvals for the allotment of the 21-kilometer land plot in Belarus are currently at the final stage. But they are confident in their success, in our success, and the confidence is only growing because they see with their own eyes that what seemed like a fantasy yesterday is becoming a reality. So now some pictures to you as well. We're almost at the end of our presentation. I've told you a lot already about the brightest moments and the brightest talk to you about Anatoly Niski, the main points what he brought out at Ecofest. So, but brightest moments of Ecofest 2020, and the first picture is the foundation of the track number 7 for testing the string transport before shipment to the United Arab Emirates. So that is that one. Now let's see what we have more here. So this is the cabin of the self-propelled Unilight, created as a horizontal lift. So here you can see how the models look like before attaching the beautiful corpus around it. So this is the running tests of the self-propelled chassis of the 25-seat Unibus at the Ecotechnopark. And the next one, let's see what we have here. This is the intermediate support of the Unilight for turning. So this is how it looks like. This is the new workshop with an area of 1200 square meters on the territory of the Design and Technological Department of the SkyWay project. And here you can see that this is the new laboratory complex in Ecotechnopark for testing individual components and assemblies of SkyWay transport. And here you can see a picture from Sacha. This is the laying and the foundation for the new SkyWay route in the United Arab Emirates, which supports every 288 meters. So, and this is one of the biggest obstacles as well there, because building in the sand is not so easy as building in the mold. Mold is more structured and less moving. But yeah. So anyway, we have some great campaigns as well, which I would like to tell you about before we end the presentation. So Faces of the Future is still going on. We have 6 more days to take part of this campaign with the terms they are right now. So it's possible to invest $5,000 to get the share discount of 1 to 100, which basically means we will receive 500,000 shares for $5,000. And afterwards, after 6 days, we will have to invest $10,000 in order to receive the same discount, the 1 to 100. So we will receive, we'll have to pay 10,000 after 6 days, but we will receive 1 million shares, of course, as well. But the discount rate is the same. And of course, we can divide it into 10 months. So we don't have to pay all together the 5,000 and 10,000. We can share it to 10 times 500 or 10 times $1,000. And what is more, we will receive this hologram in the Museum of Ecotechnopark in Marina Korka. So whenever we get the chance to go there next time, then we will see our face there, and our hologram, and all the investors who have taken part of this campaign will be shown there. And the second campaign, which is also 6 more days active, is the Step Up 2021, which basically gives us an opportunity to invest either $50 per month or $100 per month, but this time not for 10 months, or so to say, not 500 and $1,000 altogether, but for 12 months, so $600 with 50 per month package we have to invest altogether, and $1,200 with $100 per month package we have to invest altogether. So, but the discounts, as you can see up under the Step 21, the yellow box, you can see are also very different. So I recommend you to invest by $100 per month, because in that way you will receive 1 to 80 discount. And only if you have no possibilities or no way that you can invest the $5,000 package or take the $5,000 package, then it's the best package to invest in is the $100 per month. Or if that's also a little bit overrated for you, then the $50 per month. But at least you can take part with these discounts we saw. Last time we saw these kinds of great discounts was back in 2017 years. So there's something special going on here. So I hope you understand it and take the chance and share the information, ladies and gentlemen. Share the information, because this is time to share this technology to the world and take part of these campaigns and give the word out. But thank you very much for listening. Next webinar in English is on 8th of December. I believe we have, I hope maybe we can manage to do 2 webinars, but it is possible or highly likely that we will do only 1 webinar in English next month, because you know it's going to be Christmas time and holidays, and yes, that's it. But 8th of December we will see you again, same time, the same place. Take a look at that back office there under the webinar. There will be the link, or via YouTube you can listen and see us. So welcome to the 21st century. Thank you very much for coming, and I wish you all a great evening. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.